what is your thought?
Well, they've been able to make lesions more lethal than nuclei and not have chronic pain.
Yeah.
So that seems pretty significant. How do you say it's limited?
Well, the question is that the source, or is that what happens? I'm not sure they've done the long-term studies on that.
I'm not sure about that. The idea is that after a period of time, months to years, the thalamus particle circuits are trained
Yeah.
to express this pain factor. But we do get an expression of pain.
Right. But it is interesting that you can put on a lidocaine in the periphery to get rid of central pain. So I agree that the lesion is interesting. I think it's possible that it does work. But the question is, can one perhaps find a simpler approach which will have less of an impact than having to make a central lesion?
Okay, so let me ask you another question. Something you said. In these chronic pain patients, is it possible to run out pain with chronic pain or peripheral anesthesia?
We haven't done this. We're going to have this. One of the things we're going to have to do with these patients when we start the amputees. But that's a good point. But it does work in general for people with neuropathic pain. With non-amputees, it does work very well.
So a spinal cord injury, person one time told me, I've suffered for years with this spinal cord injury. And I don't need to walk, just get rid of my neuropathic pain.
We have done some studies on spinal cord patients. We had patients who had disrupted spinal cord massive trauma. So we had to go in, and if you leave the macerated ends of the spinal cord, you tend to get extensive neuropathic pain. So in a number of patients, we've gone in and refreshed both ends of the pain. We did the same experiment that we did with peripheral nerve with a cuff and the platelet-rich plasma. We weren't expecting to see any neurological recovery, but not a single patient that we did that had any subsequent neuropathic pain. So that's another suggestion.
Platelet-rich plasma is first association copy of serotonin. When you go before it stops, serotonin reuptake by urine, the model will be platelet. And as you collect platelet-rich plasma, it creates serotonin. And the stress is so one thing is this, I don't know, simply goes in serotonin.
Very careful is that many of the experiments do not work. And I ascribe that not to the fact that the technique doesn't work, but the way the technique is applied. And the way we prepare the platelet-rich plasma will have an entirely different effect on what you make. So people are constantly trying different devices, different animals, different preparations. But it is a consistent, instructive input for promoting regeneration and other things like that. But I can't address that specific question. But one does have, the major problem with platelet-rich plasma is having a standardized technique which can be applied by different labs on similar